destroyed.
Okay, and we're back. And hopefully, that has improved things a little bit. That's an elite Cobra Mark IV right there. And they are wanted. Never a cop around when you need them. Wait, I take that back. Now there's buffering issues. Give it a few, see what happens. Hopefully that'll get switched up. Much smoother though, that's good. Oh, I think I know why. One second on that. Okay, Commander Niao is looking up some stuff there. Should get smoothed out. Okay, so we've got a Cobra 4. He is elite. And he is already being fired on by the local system authorities. So let's go in, let's swoop in. Let's take some of the credit here. Set 3-2.
Yes. Target shields offline.
Okay, let's target his power plant, see if we can't get some shots in. Interesting. Looks like they've made some changes to the AI. Looks like they can stealth themselves a bit.
Under attack.
Shields. That's a new thing, which I kind of like.
Target destroyed.
It's possible I'm using the low latency setting in Twitch. I'd have to go have a look at that. But that just made us about 70 grand. So that's a thing. And as it's been a while since I've been back, I'm going to, let's see here, get a few more. Alright, good. 0 issues. Excellent. Glad to hear it. One moment. I'm going to put the ship on autopilot here, and I will be right back.
Scan detected.
And back, and let's see who else is out here to help make a whole lot of money.
Scan detected.
Let's see here. Better. Head track was acting a little funny. You got that taken care of. All the little bugs to get fixed and modified and reacquainted with. But no, Odyssey, I will double check and see which Twitch settings I'm using. Who are you? Oh, we got a fight in the distance. Engines.
Engines.
Target is another Cobra 4. Interesting. And one that I should probably get on my horse to catch up with. You can open fire at 3 kilometers, roughly. Set 3-2.
Weapon stable.
So all you gotta do is get in a few shots, and let the System Authority vessels do the lion's share, and you get the credit. Diamondback scout in the distance. And by the distance, I mean right up my nose. Wanted in a wing of 2. And his buddy is an expert in an Imperial Eagle. Fast little ships. A lot faster than the standard Eagle, but not as maneuverable. Let's see what the System Authority says about it. Looks like they're going to have a few words in just a moment about the whole situation. Set 2-3.
Adjusting power.
Okay, let's knock down the Eagle first. Weapons.
Weapons. Target shields offline.
Let the capacitor recharge and then give him the business. Apparently he's allergic to railguns. And his buddy had the temerity to get himself blown up before we could go and cash in. How rude. But there's Steve Masters here, who also got himself blown up.
Target destroyed.
Oh. The pitfalls of starting vessels. Could be worse, could be, you could be the one getting blown up early on. And I've still made, what's it look like here? 115 grand in bounties. So, complaints being relative and all. Engines.
Routine.
Keep your head on a swivel, look for clusters of ships. See if anybody's going after anything here. Look for anything unidentified, which may possibly be new marauders coming into the area. And Sir Facelot, hello there, and thank you so much for the host. How are you doing this evening? And right now I'm falling into the temptation of wanting more and more cash, even though I've got a pretty good nest egg built up here. So let's head for the nearest system. That's Beagle 2 landing. And Odyssey, thank you for the host as well. Master arm off. Sorry to hear it, but then again, most programming bugs are annoying. That is a fact. 1 light second to Beagle 2, alright. Still mass locked by the supposed rings. Let's see here. Let's go relative vertical here from the plane. What's the term? Perpendicular from the plane. That's the magic word we're looking for.
Scan detected.
The problem is, with no With no actual rocks in this set of the rings, you can't actually tell where open space is and how to get clear of the mass lock. So kind of going with a best guess and going perpendicular to the plane of the elliptic here. And there we go. We are clear of mass lock. And go for warp. Gotta say, it feels so good to be back in the cockpit, behind the microphone. Oh, it was way too long. It was way too long a dry spell. Okay, we're coming in a little fast, but we're going to use the moon here as a gravity brake. Do a close approach on that, let the gravity slow you down, and put you into perfect drop position. Falcon to Lacey, X-Ray Tango 9er, request docking clearance.
Confirmed.
Access granted. Cleared for landing on docking bay 3-1.
Copy, Beagle Tower, pad 3-1. And Sir Facelot, yeah, it was my nose. Apparently, sometime in the past, I had it broken, and all kinds of breathing troubles happened for it. Oh, now this is nice. This is one of the new stations. Gear down.
Done.
All the advertising here, all the...
100 meters from touchdown.
Oh, this is very nice. Looks like something out of Blade Runner.
Station and give priority to larger ships as you approach your landing pad.
And yes, Odyssey. Septum, Turbinates, Bone Spur. All kinds of fun unpleasantness.
Landing successful. Command system shut down. Welcome, Commander.
Okay, popping into the hangar. The Disco stations. Interesting. Oh, even new hangar layouts. Okay, I like it. I like the ads. Feels very lively. Feels very, very much more a living station here. I wholeheartedly approve. I wholeheartedly approve. Alright, so let's get refueled here. First things first. Now, with bounties, you go to the contacts. Authority contact. Redeem all bounty vouchers. Come here, money. Now,
Incoming message.
and because of that, I've got a boosted reputation with the Acellus Primus Gold Legal Industries. I've gone from neutral to cordial, which is nice. Alright, let's see what we got here for ships. So here in the shipyard, you got a Viper 3, Viper 4, Diamondback Scout, Diamondback Explorer, Python, Anaconda, and another Sidewinder, so I actually can't afford any of the ships here. Oh, well, mustn't complain. Let's see what else we got here at the mission board. Take down Pirate Lord Shaba. Have I seen the new ship? I assume you mean the Beluga. I have not seen... Well, I've seen it in the beta test a while back. Can't wait to see what happens there. Oh, hey, donate 50 grand to the cause. No. Massacre Acellus Primus Gold Legal Industries Sentry Skimmers for the state. It's being offered by the Iranian People's Party. No. Well, what we can do here, at the very least, is get some upgrades into the ship. Oh, the Beluga has a slight heating problem. Unfortunate. Okay, so let's get the frameshift drive upgraded just a little bit. So right now we are running on a, let's see here, minimum jump, current jump, maximum jump. At maximum we can jump 6.02 light years. Let's boost that a little bit. Let's get to 8.8. That's better. Let's boost the thrusters a little bit. Get some more speed, get some more distance too, because the D-class is always the lightest option. So that's better. The power plant, let's lighten the load a little bit more and get a little bit more power in the exchange anyway. So now we're pushing 9.3 light years. The life support system, don't really need to do too much with that. But, hey, why not? More air in case the canopy gets blown. And the big one, the power distributor, that will help our guns out. Up the charge on our shield capacitor, our engine capacitor, and our weapon capacitor. Lighten the load with the sensors, get some more range out of them at the same time. Fuel tank is good, and now we've got a 9.43 light year jump and 75 grand still in the bank. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Okay. Actually, while we're here, let's toss the cargo bay. And the planetary vehicle hangar. So now we've got room for passenger cabins. Economy class cabin, it'll carry 2 people. Well, that's fine. Oh hey, while we're at it, let's get our shield generators a little bit upgraded too. Bi-weave shield generators are always my preference. They're 20% weaker, but they have a 50% recharge boost. So, all things considered, they'll get you back into the fight if your shields crash. A little bit more regenerative option on them. And based on that sound and flash, I would say somebody just pissed off the security system in this station, and they got a load of the sprinkler system of doom. One of those things that you just don't want to cross. Okay, the passenger lounge. What do we got here? Not that many people are probably going to book passage. Here's somebody who wants to go to Carbon Star Close. That's only a distance of... let's find out. 1,700 light years. On a ship with a really good jump range, that could be accomplished within... that could probably be accomplished within an hour. And that's 6 million credits right there. That's quite nice. The Confederation of Dahan has a passenger. Carlos Wright. He's willing to pay me 13,000 credits. Passenger does not react well to danger. Hull damage will dramatically reduce passenger satisfaction. Well, I got news for you. Hull damage will dramatically reduce captain satisfaction as well, so, you know. He's laid back. Delays are unlikely to affect satisfaction. Low-value target. Performing illegal actions will slightly reduce their satisfaction, but they are demanding. Interesting. See if anybody else wants a ride. Nope, just him. So, pick a cabin. Accept the contract. All right. Engines.
Engines.
Galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
Now, where are we going? We are going to here, and let's switch it back to realistic map so I can actually see where I'm going. The Owlin system. And it looks like I can make that in one jump. Huh. I'll be darned. What is my jump range at the moment? 11.4 light years. Well, there you go.
Avoid blocking access to landing pads.
Gear up.
Okay.
Lights.
Confirmed. Restrict
Lights.
speed until clear of the station perimeter.
Okay, and we've got a player with weapons hot out here, so let's see what happens. Ah, it's somebody flying around their new Taipan-class fighter.
You are clear of the station. Until next time, Commander.
Send a little salute his way, and we're gone. Okay, so what is our target here? We are actually heading for Owlin Enterprise. Under 9 light seconds, a very short transit from beacon to station. I may have to check out the Beluga on my main, but right now I'm just happy with the alt here, kind of, you know, showing off to anybody new and kind of getting the start again with the new interface. Oh, the planet Nirvana. Earth-like, if I remember right. Yep, Earth-like. A Beluga has, I believe, 5 medium hard points. If you turret them up, it may be good enough for some, you know, light to medium anti-ship work. Not sure about big ones, though. I don't think I'd want to try. 4 mines and a torpedo would definitely do a lot.
Delacey, X-ray, Tango, Niner. You may access this station by submitting a prior request.
Falcon DeLacy, X-Ray Tango 9er, request docking clearance.
Initiating.
Approval granted. Short route for approach to landing pad 36.
Copy Tower 36. And there's an Orca right there. Gear down.
Sure, Commander.
Touchdown. Engaging docking restraints. Station facilities are at your disposal.
Okay, so I think we go to the passenger lounge for this. I could be wrong. Yep, here we go. Hand in the contract. $3 million to go to binary planet rings. Let's see here, the patchwork plains. That's 6,000 light years away. Sightseeing adventure. 91, 280, and 246 light years. So better for ships that have some legs to them. And definitely not a partially modified Sidewinder. Speaking of, let's check out the shipyard and see what we got here. That's what I was looking for. That right there. The Eagle. Beautiful ship. Really love it. Great little starting ship, too. So, what we're going to do here now is go into the outfitting. And we're going to strip this thing down. At least all the parts that we modified. So you browse the shop, you put in the lowest quality stuff you can find. And that, if I remember right, helps offset the cost of trading in the ship. Unless they changed that around, but I don't believe they did. Oh, outfitting error. Alright. Alright, so most of that stuff, everything else is pretty much loaned, so don't have to worry about it. Alright, and now we hit the shipyard. Now we hit the shipyard, and what do we get out of that? We get the Eagle. Superior in all ways, except for armor. A minor thing. A minor gripe. I exchange the current ship. And there we go, a brand new, beautiful Eagle. All set and ready for modification. And 94 grand to do it with. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Work on the hard points last. Okay, let's get the power plant upgraded a little bit here. And the thrusters. All of this is going to be pretty much derated until a little bit later. With the frameshift drive, you always want the largest drive you can put in. This will take 2s or 3s. Always go for the biggest one. Go for the 3s. The 3 is the size. The letter is the grade. So a 3D is about all we can afford at the moment. Let's turn that power distributor into something a little bit better. 64 grand. All right, a 2B. About all we can afford here. That's fine. Sensors, let's drop the weight a little bit. All right. Now let's turn our optional modules. We got a 3E shield generator in here. Don't think we're going to have enough to get the 3C bi-weave. Nope, definitely not. But we can go with 3Ds without too much trouble. And put in a passenger cabin. Keep the Discovery scanner. Here's an empty internal compartment which we can put a small cargo rack in. Just enough to haul a couple more tons just in case you need it, because you never quite know. Okay, 24 grand to play with. Now we can play with the guns. Let's sell off everything here and see what we got to work with. Okay. Beam lasers, burst lasers. A gimbaled pulse laser. Gimbals are pretty good. A little bit of self-aiming capacity to them, so that helps. Helps if you're trying to pinpoint specific targets. Good for new players, and honestly, I still use gimbals, and I've got something like 2,900 hours in on my main. Go with whatever works for you. That's the best advice I can give on that. Now, seeker missiles, those are a little bit on the pricey side. We aren't going to be working with those just yet. We are going to be sticking in a third pulse laser. 50% more firepower than the Sidewinder. Now, as you can see, our max power is 7.2 megawatts, and with everything out, we're pulling 7.3 megawatts. That's what we call a deficit. So what we're going to have to do here is go into our modules and find out what we can use that's maybe not quite as high a priority. We got to keep the thrusters on all the time, otherwise we're dead in space and drifting on momentum. That's no good for a fighter. Our frameshift drive, we can disable that in a fight because we can't use it anyway with our guns out. So the frameshift drive is now on power priority 3. When the guns go hot, the FSD shuts down. It'll take a few seconds to reboot, so try to make sure you aren't in a position where you need to make a extra fast getaway. Otherwise, there's always the turning off the cargo hatch, which also draws quite a bit of power. I think I'm going to go with the cargo hatch just in case I do have to make an oh my god, let's get the hell out of here kind of maneuver, aka the taking really big steps in the opposite direction approach. The passenger lounge. Anybody want anything on this route? Nope. All right. And nothing here with rings. So, and that's another thing we should probably take a look at if we're going to do any bounty hunting. I forgot about that. The utility mounts. We're going to want a kill warrant scanner. We aren't going to get a kill warrant scanner, but we probably want them. Those work in that you can target a ship, scan it, wait for the scan cycle to complete, and it will give you bounties outside of the current jurisdiction. So if you're in an Imperial system and you scan a target, there's a good possibility that it will give you Federal and Alliance bounties as well, if the target is wanted in those systems. At the moment, we don't have the cash for that. So, no good. No bueno. We aren't doing that right now. We are going to go back to the old trick here of finding another extraction-based economy. And fortunately, it looks like we've got a few to pick from. There is no data on the Styx system. There is data on the Opala system. There's just no rings. So we go back and we look. 2,500 people in this system. No rings. Weird. That's weird. 27.5 million people. And survey says it does have a ring system out at Weird A5. So that's our next stop. Head track is good. Let's see what she's got. Engines.
Routine.
Gear up.
Detachment confirmed. Your way is cleared for departure.
Thank you, Tower. Another Eagle prepping for launch. And we are 2 jumps from Weird. And they changed the position on where the screen is there, feels like. Medium security, just what we're looking for. At least early on. We don't have a kill warrant scanner, so hazardous sites are a little beyond us. Well, I should say they aren't beyond us, they just aren't quite as profitable yet. That and we don't have the firepower to ensure a really fast, decisive kill just yet. Okay, course laid in for Weird A5. So if you do not have a discovery scanner, one of the things you can do is go to the navigation tab here and look for the nav beacon. If you drop into real space there, you can scan the beacon and get all the system data. You just don't get the discovery credit like you would with a full-on discovery scanner. Speaking of, let's get our fire groups set up here. There we go. And there's there we go, resource extraction site. And I'm betting this one actually has rocks in the rings. So, good and bad. Good, you can tell your directions, and there will be more ships around, mining the resources that are actually there. Bad, you might crash into a rock and die. These are things we call trade-offs. It's the challenges in life. It's the little things. Or not so little things. Like a rock, twice the size of your ship. And of course, the resource extraction site is in shadow. Figures. But, as a consolation prize, there's the normal, regular intensity resource extraction site, which is very much not in shadow. So that's where we're going to redirect our efforts. And hello to Commander Niao, who's out there looking for our spaceship kitten Yuki. She's around here someplace. She's probably just sleeping under the couch or in her kitty bed or in her kitty cave or somewhere else here in the cockpit. Ah, ice rings. Master arm on. And our first target is a python. An expert python. A clean expert python. Alright. Barrel roll is clean. Got a ship coming in from high. Imperial Eagle, Torval's shield. That is associated with Zemina Torval. Wanted. Interesting. Competent. Set 3-2.
Routing power.
Well, no time like the present. See what she's got.
Under attack. Target shields offline.
Nope. No, you do not get to do that. Sure, it'd be nice if I had some missiles here. And bang.
Target destroyed.
And a fight. Pirates. Wing of 3 pirates. Huh. Any system security in the area? Yes, there is. And a fer-de-lance, Alan Turing. That is a tasty target, that fer-de-lance. As you can see, my weapons, my crosshairs are going a little crazy right now. He's fired off chaff. Engines.
Confirmed.
Set 3-2.
As you wish.
Okay, now's the time to light him up. Oh, he doesn't like me much. But I imagine he likes those police anacondas even less. Very few things focus your mind like a Class 4 plasma accelerator bearing down on you. $131 grand. Hey, let's get the money. Okay, where is... Let's see here, there's you. Shield of Justice. Okay. There we are. And always make sure you have wanted confirmation. Like I do there. If you do not have wanted confirmation and you hit somebody, you've just committed assault. And every cop in the area will immediately lock onto you. And then you'll be dead.
Scan detected.
Engines.
Engines.
And we're about to have a fight right here if I had to make a guess. Yep. Set 3-2.
Adjusting power. Target shields offline. Under attack.
And this is how you can make some good money real quick in the rings. A little bit of police support. And by a little bit, I mean all of it. But a fair fight should always be the other guy's problem. Engines.
Engines.
Alright, the beacon is 11.3 kilometers away. Now look around, look for any other light fights in the distance. That's a mining laser. You can tell because it's locked onto the rock instead of anything else. What do we got here? We've got an ASP scout. Coming in on approach. Clean, alright. And a federal gunship, which is most decidedly not. Locking onto the power plant. Weapons.
Weapons.
Local security should be lighting him up in a moment. Wait for his shields to get dropped right there. We're gonna wait for his shields to get dropped to right there. And another 72 grand. Imperial Eagle, not something you usually see around these parts. Probably a pirate. Engines.
Routing.
Kavina, competent, and yes, wanted. Set 3-2.
Aye, aye.
Probably moving into attack position on that mining ship. Yep, the Capaconda's just gotten a sniff of them.
Target shields offline. Target destroyed.
Okay, where's your buddy at?
Under attack.
Set 2-3.
Of course.
Trading in firepower for maneuverability here to stay on the tail of this thing. And where's the last one at? Probably very dead and I missed it. Set 2-1.
Adjusting power.
Also for new commanders, your shields get tougher as you devote more power to the system's capacitor. I forget the exact formula, but I think it's something like 2.5 times tougher with 4 pips versus 0. Alright, let's get recentered on the beacon. Whoa! Okay, was that a ship jumping to warp, or was that a railgun shot? Looks like it must have just been a warp jump. Set 3-2.
Adjusting power. Scan detected.
I opened fire on him when he was close to the ice cube in order to limit his maneuverability options. He couldn't boost away. He couldn't perform much in the way of turns. I pretty much had him at my mercy there just through superior positioning. And then his power plant went away. And then he went away. An Imperial Clipper. Now there's a prize. Oh, now there's a rock. Wanted. But I'm not even sure why I'm trying with the power plant other than force of habit. These guns just don't have enough punch to take out a power plant just yet. Okay, Joseph's opened fire on the mining ship, and everybody's opened fire on Joseph, so now's a good time to join in the fray.
Target shields offline. under attack.
Stray shot. Also, if they start chaffing and you have gimbaled guns, and there's a lot of other ships in the area, let go of the trigger. You'll thank me for it. You don't want a stray shot suddenly triggering every cop in the area to come after you. That would end your day real quick. Nope, another fight. Expert Python. Engines.
Routing.
Python, excellent multi-role ship, medium-sized, but it handles like, well, it's got the firepower of some large ships and the cargo capacity of some large ships, but it can land anywhere. It is a beautiful, beautiful multi-role. Said 3-2.
Routing power.
Oh, the plasma cannons do hurt.
Target shields offline.
Okay, he's chaffing, so I've let go of the trigger because there are friendlies in the area. Now, the corollary to that is if you can get in close enough, it doesn't matter. Like so. Engines.
Target destroyed. Incoming message.
And with that, we're promoted. That's right, we are now mostly harmless. Mark your calendars. Wing of 3. How much money do we have right now? We've got a good chunk of cash. That's looking at about 400 grand. Yeah, 413 grand, give or take. And with that, we may have to say goodbye to the Eagle a little bit quicker than I anticipated. Moving on to the next ship, and it's a goodie. Let's see what happens, though, with this guy. Oop. Fight in the distance, Federal assault ship. In a wing of 3.
Target shields offline.
Set 3-2.
Routing.
Federal assault ships are not ships you really want to screw around with unless you really know what you're doing, or you have backup, or a little bit of both. Their shields aren't that great, but they are like a flying battering ram, and their guns are quite good, as is their maneuverability for a ship of that mass. You really, really want to know what you're doing. Shields?
Shields
Case in point.
Target shields online.
Engines.
Target shields offline.
Okay, let's get clear of that a little bit. The cops are still around to help beat him up a little bit, which is good. Let the other side of this rock do the shielding for us. Shields.
Hunting. Shields online. Target shields online.
And didn't get credit. Unfortunate. But didn't die either, so, you know, there's that. Set 3-2.
Shields offline. Adjusting power. Under attack.
Don't hit the friendly ship. They don't like it when you hit them. And then they become unfriendly ships very quickly. Okay, there's that. Another Federal assault ship in the distance. And there is this guy, who also needs a little bit of attention. Balance.
Target shields online.
Okay, he went stealth for a second. Yep, that is a new NPC tactic. I like it. Weapons.
Weapons.
Q-Flash Fury Dwarf. Oh. But first, Daz Timms.
Under attack.
Yes, yes, yes. Goodbye, Daz. Now, where was Mr. Fury Dwarf? There he is. Excuse me, sir. Sir, can I please have a word with you? So let's try to get paid on this Federal assault ship. Set 3-2. I'm not going to open fire on him until the other cops show up. Hey, the other cops showed up.
Target shields offline.
Just biding my time. It's also nice how you can see the trace of molten metal across the hull from beam lasers strafing across. That's always been a thing, but it's not always a thing you can see up close. And yes, I am a dirty, opportunistic coward. I'm also going to get paid a whole lot of money for this, so I don't care.
Target shields online. Target shields offline. Target destroyed.
See? Whole lot of money. Alright, let's head back to Beagle. Oh wait, wrong system. Wrong system, right. Bokili Station, that's where we want to go. Unless there's anything else in the area that we can land at first. Doesn't look like it. Engines. Okay, there's the station. Let's get above the plane of the rings here. And we're good to go. And beginning our pitch maneuver. There's the system primary at 1700 light seconds. Bokili is almost at equidistant. Oh, howdy, Hank. And same thing, try to come in from the interior of the orbit. Not that that's a major issue yet, because there's a planet we gotta get within visual range before we can start getting between the station and it. Alright, here we are. Interesting. Looks like... what do we got here? Yep, binary planets. Bokili Station orbits Verse. So, get in between Verse and the station. Once you get down to about 10 seconds on the countdown, drop to the auto throttle setting. Keep that timer holding right at 6 seconds. Drop.
Disengaging.
And facing the front door, for the most part.
Core Dynamics, X-Ray, Tango 9er. This is Federal Flight Control. Submit to random security scans on your approach.
Core Dynamics, X-Ray Tango 9er, request docking clearance.
Yes.
Okay, Commander. Proceed to landing pad 04.
Copy, 04. Gear down.
Decrease your speed immediately.
It's only speeding if you ram another ship. So, don't ram any other ships. You can come in or out at any speed you want. Helpful tips.
Landing completed. Disembark when ready. Welcome to the facility, Commander.
Okay, first thing, contact. 600 grand. Not bad at all.
Incoming message.
And now the Federation is cordial with me. How am I doing with the Federation? My status with them is now 14%. That's the rank status. When your rank gets up to 100%, there's a chance that they will send you a mission for promotion. The same with the Empire, same with the Alliance. Promotion brings with it the opportunities for better ships, faction-exclusive ships. With the Federation, that means the Federal Assault Ship, the Federal Gunship, the Federal Dropship, and the Federal Corvette. All very good ships in their own right. With the Empire, that means the Imperial Eagle, which technically you don't need a rank for anyway, so it doesn't count. But it is an Imperial-built craft. The Imperial Courier, the Imperial Clipper, and the Imperial Cutter, which is their super heavy multi-role. And with the Alliance, you do not get any Alliance-specific ships. The Alliance doesn't have any specific ships. What they do have is a complex set of permits that lets you access various systems and get various benefits and bonuses. So, what do we got here in the shipyard? And not anything I want, but that's alright. I made my money. Let's go to the passenger lounge. Odyssey, yes, they do have the Taipan, but anybody can buy it whenever, as far as I know. So it's not really an exclusive ship. Rogelio Ferguson wants to go to the Neutron Nebula. That's only 19,000 light years away. Just a quick jog around the block. Okay, transport Daisy Rice to Owlin Enterprise. Pick the cabin. There we go. And these missions do pay off well if you've got the ship for it. I just don't happen to have the ship for it. The Eagle is a
Incoming message.
very small fighter. A wingspan. Oh, Todd McQuinn has talked to me now. I like this guy. He's one of the engineers. He's one of those kind of mad scientist types that's gone off the grid, only contacts certain people, and will give, for a certain fee and for certain materials and assistance with his research, will give you the opportunity to boost your ship in many new, interesting, and quite often lethal and hilarious ways. Or hilariously lethal. Todd McQuinn specializes in frag cannons and multi-cannons. Especially multi-cannons. Okay, one jump to Owlin Enterprises. Destination locked. Alright, Daisy. Strap in and shut up. We're going for a ride. Really, I would think people would pay more, pay a premium to get a ride in a fighter.
Docking clamps retracted.
Gear up.
Go for departure.
Also, you notice a bunch more green icons on my sensors. I'm now very friendly with this system, and the local cops do like me. Apparently because I do a lot of their job for them. Which is funny because I feel like they do a lot of my job for me. But it's symbiotic. Ah, 2 jumps to Allen. Alright.
Incoming mission critical message.
Source me 3 units of domestic appliances. I wish to make this journey more comfortable. She will give me an extra 1,800 credits. Ooh. Well, Daisy, dear, the problem is that I do not actually have 3 tons of space for domestic appliances, so
FFC signing off.
you're SOL. Buckle up, we're go for jump. Class K star, boom reported. There's an economic boom in the Allen system. Booms mean opportunity. It's nice that they're throwing up all this data. Your system kind of interacts with the local beacon, with the local comnet, and kind of pulls up the local information. Light seconds. Should be a short trip for Daisy. Yes, I think there should be some kind of premium for getting to ride along in a fighter. I mean, if you got to fly somewhere, would you rather do it? Would you do it in coach on a 737, or would you do it in the back seat of an F-15? Core Dynamics, X-Ray Tango 9er, request docking clearance.
Docking request initiated.
Permission granted. Please make your way to landing pad 4-3.
Copy, 4-3. Gear down.
I'm on it.
Pilots, be aware that flight controllers are in operation on this starport. Please obey speed restrictions and fly.
Incoming mission critical message.
Contact confirmed. Engaging docking restraints. Enjoy your stay with us.
I don't care for the needs of the passengers, because I can't actually load the amount of cargo that she wants for comforts for 2 jumps. You're lucky I don't eject the passenger cabin. Okay, passenger lounge, come on. There we go. Alright, the shipyard. Does not have the ship that I was hoping for here. Unfortunate. Okay, let's see here now. So for new commanders, there's a little website here. rogi.co.uk, and let me just throw that into the stream chat, and then I will put it into the notes later. Okay, so oop, and oop, and oop. That's a place where you can look up ships and where to buy them. Very handy, to be honest. So, what are we looking for? Well, that's a surprise. Where to buy it, though? Well, let's see. We are in let's see. We're in Alwyn. Doink, and there we go. Rakapila. Navigation. 6 light years. There we go. Gear up.
Docking coupler disengaged. Take care when leaving the station.
Just a beautiful view of the station as we boost away there. Right now we're on inertial flight. There we go, back to flight assist. Maxing out at around 330 meters per second. We're going to do one better here in a moment. Compromised nav beacon is fun with a fighter. I imagine it is, Odyssey. Can't wait to do it. Though that means that, you know, if I don't want to go back to my main, if I want to stay true here, I'm going to have to buy a keel back. Or make an insane amount of cash really, really fast and somehow get rank and go up to a federal gunship. No, it looks like the keelback is going to be my only option for fighters anytime soon with XT970 here. Go back. Anyway. So for new commanders, in for a treat. This ship is fairly quick to get, as you saw with just a little bit of bounty hunting. But it is a spectacularly versatile multi-role craft. It can fight, it can jump, it can explore, it can haul cargo, it can haul people. It can even handle combat in roughly the same scenarios as I've been doing with the Sidewinder and the Eagle here. It is pretty much the backbone. It is iconic to Elite. The Falcon de Lacy, Cobra Mark III.
Core dynamics, X-ray Tango 9. Federal flight control channel open. Observe docking protocols if you wish to land.
Core Dynamics, X-ray Tango 9er, request docking clearance.
Certainly.
Landing permission granted. Cleared to land on pad 2-9er.
Copy 2-9er. It's not as maneuverable as the Eagle, but it has speed to burn. Gear down.
Lowering landing gear.
It is blisteringly fast.
For your convenience and safety, classification enhancements are active
Touchdown. Ship is locked down. Welcome to our station, Commander.
Thank you, Tower. Nice to be here. The Imperial fighter's just too quick. That's funny. They actually nerfed the speed, if I remember correctly. And yes, it is good practice for fixed. I need more practice on fixed, but maybe a little bit later. Right now? Yeah, I'm able to sell these guns, these weapons and modules, for the same price as I bought them. If I were to just sell the whole ship and everything on board lock, stock, and barrel, I would take a 10% hit in all the modules that I hadn't individually sold off. So it's just poor business sense to do that. Okay, didn't have anything in the utility mounts. Outfitting error. Alright, that's alright. I sold off pretty much everything I need. Well, except for the optionals. Right, let's get that sold off. There we go, nearly 1,000,000 credits already. Well, nearly 750,000. Not bad at all for... How much time we've been in the cockpit here? Statistics. Approximate time played, 3 days. Well, that's not right. That's not right at all. Let's see. It's closer to... Let's call it 2.5 hours. Yeah, let's call it 2.5 hours. Cobra Mark III. Oh, look, it's the keel back. Alright, let's see if they improved this thing at all. 4E, 4E, 3E, 3E. Nope. The only thing it's good for is a pocket carrier to give new players kind of a taste of what it's like in a fighter. Suitable for commerce raiding or convoy protection. If you're in a convoy that's relying on one of these things for protection, you poor SOB. Alright, 350 grand. Confirm. 1 Cobra Mark III coming right up. Alright, let's get this thing outfitted. As you notice, if those guns look a little bit small for the weapon port, that's because the Cobra is probably going to be your first introduction to medium-sized hardpoints. Hardpoints in Elite come in 4 sizes: small, medium, large, and huge. The Sidewinder and the Eagle were running 2 small hardpoints and 3 small hardpoints, respectively. The Cobra 3 comes with 2 medium and 2 small. The 2 small hardpoints are under the wings, so they're not in the greatest position, but the mediums are front and center and just beautifully positioned for your death-dealing needs. Or, defensive armament. Really the best defense is a good offense, though. Personal opinion. So let's get this thing outfitted. The Cobra 3 is spec-frickin-tacular. Excuse me. With good engines, good weight, you can probably, without even engineering mods, you can punch north of 430 meters per second easily. Not bad at all. Okay, let's get some power here. 59 grand for a 4D. Well, yeah, let's go with it. Okay, let's bring the thrusters up. Nothing we can really work with here on the thrusters, that's alright. Can we work with the frameshift drive at all? We can. Let's see here now. 4E. Well, we can bring it up to a 4C, but that's going to bring us to 15 light years. That's a pretty good deal, I will say. Let's lighten. No, we can't lighten the load too much. The station does not have too much in the way of stuff. That's okay. We can still make it work. Such a fun combo. What do you got here? Ah, F-63 Condor on board an Imperial cutter. Yeah, that'd be a neat little combination there. Okay, let's bring the sensors up to... Nope. Okay. Well, that's alright. The station doesn't offer too much in the way of outfitting. I'm not going to complain too terribly hard. Let's get the shields. Maybe the shields can be upgraded. No, they can't. They max out at Class 3. That's fine. That's fine. So, we're going to turn the cargo rack into... Do they even have any passenger accommodations here? No, they do not. Alright, let's turn one of the cargo racks here into a Class 4. Basic discovery scanner. The other cargo rack turns into a Class 2. There we go. A little bit of everything here. So, pull up the mission board, see if we can't get a mission to a different system that maybe has a little bit more in the opportunity for equipping and for jobs. Boom time delivery of basic medicine. Famine data to Arcturus. That goes to Ovid. Let's see here. Boom time delivery. Morgor, Rakapala. Donate 50 grand. Bolg, I booties. 3 units of food. Nothing really too terribly huge for transport opportunities, but we'll try to make hay with what we got. It doesn't help that there is a famine going on in the current system. They just do not have a whole lot to go around. These guys, they have a boom state, but they don't seem terribly interested in sharing, so they're just a bunch of jerks. Okay. Donate 50 grand, no. 200, 3,300, 3,900. Aganip. Let's see here. That's an outpost. Sigma booties. That goes to Betulani City. Alright. Oh, let's see what we got here. Lights.
And then?
Prepare to launch.
Preparing for departure. Please observe the seatbelt sign, Commander.
Thank you, Kix. Engines.
Okay.
Gear up.
Raising landing gear.
No problem, Sir Face-a-Lot. I lurk all the time, it's all good. And yeah, that really is a nice touch with the seatbelt sound. Kix is nothing if not a creative smartass.
Observing steady traffic in this sector. Caution is advised.
Okay, 282 right now. And we punch north, we can just hit 402. Beautiful.
Clear to resume own navigation.
Go for jump.
Done.
Well, it depends on where you're traveling, but yeah, that can be a bit of a grind, I know. Vetulani City. At 14,000 light seconds. Well, buckle in, it's gonna be a bit of a transit. India to San Francisco, or San Francisco to India. That can be a bit of a haul, yes. Oh, first class on a 747. Well then, that's a little bit less of a haul. Oh, that would be glorious. Okay, set of ships here. What's going on? Are you escort or are you pirates? Nope, they are escorts for that Type 6. Just kind of flying around in squirrel cage formation. Well, it's not the worst transit I've ever taken. New commanders, take note. If you have to go to the Alpha Centauri system, make damn sure that you aren't going to Hutton Orbital unless you really, really, really mean it. Hutton Orbital is a station that orbits...
Please wait.
No, Kix, I didn't mean that. Hutton is a station that orbits Proxima Centauri at a rough... Pardon me a moment. Voice giving out at the horror memories. It orbits Proxima Centauri at an approximate distance of 7.5 million light seconds. You lock onto the station from the beacon and it says 0.26 light years. You have to transit this at warp instead of hyperspace. That's a 90-minute trip. You point the ship at your destination, make sure nobody's chasing you, get up, run some errands. You start up another game. You start up Steam and you start playing something else for 90 minutes. Hutton Orbital is a brutal run. That's an endurance run. But Odyssey is correct. You can get a mug made from frameshift drives of ships that didn't make it. I flew a quarter of a light year at Super Cruise and all I got was this lousy mug. On the other hand, my ship does not become part of the next run of those mugs, so bright side to everything. And here we are already closing inside of 2,000 light seconds, so that wasn't too ungodly horrible. It's when you start getting into the 50,000 light second range that things start getting really... then it starts turning into a... okay, what other games do I have that I can run with here? I'm sorry, did you say 48 million in legacy fines, Odyssey? Goodness. You've been busy. Say, where are you at? And would you happen to be in an undefended ship with perhaps weak shields? I'm asking for a friend. Alright, Vigilante City on approach. Auto throttle is good. Oh yeah, remote payment of bounties and fines is now a thing. So you don't even have to fly to another system to turn in Federation or, non-jurisdictional bounties. Very handy. Falcon to Lacey X-Ray Tango 9er, request docking clearance.
Requesting docking permission.
Request approved. You are clear for approach to pad 16.
1-6, copy. Gear down. Oh hey, there it is. I'm glad I wasn't hauling passengers for that one. Would have been a hell of a landing. Folks, this is your captain speaking. I have to ask you to buckle up twice.
Welcome, Commander.
Okay, can we get some passenger accommodations here? Oops, cargo racks, interdictors, hatch breaker limpets. No, we cannot get any passenger accommodations here. We will, however, pick up a buggy. Just because. Alright, did I just soft lock the game? It looks like I did. Yep, looks like we soft locked, but that's alright. It looks like this could be a good place to call it for the evening. This was supposed to be just a quick run because I couldn't wait. Well, mission accomplished there. It's 1 a.m. local time. I will be back on later today to continue this epic run. This start from scratch, this clean slate, this new commander for commanders new and old, and also for anybody that's just really interested in Elite. Thanks for staying up with me. You've been great. Hope to see you again tomorrow, or hope to see you again later. Stupid circular planets, stupid, crazy past, anti-meridian times. Anyway, I complain too much. That's alright. I'm Mr. Moo. I'll be back on later. Fly safe. If you can't fly safe, fly dangerous. If you can't fly safe and you can't fly dangerous, find a commander. They'll take you under their wing. Maybe learn some stuff. Always a pleasure. It's good to be back. I'll see you again real soon. I'm gone.